Welcome to toy-polloi. No Legos were harmed in the making of this video.
Hello and welcome to another video from toy-polloi, and today we are going to look at repairing these vintage R2-D2's head clickers, because it's a question I get asked all the time. In fact, it's probably the most common question I get asked is, can I do a video on how to fix the clickers inside these vintage R2-D2s? So I've been into my spares pots and I've dug out every single broken R2-D2 that I have, and here they all are. We've got a range of them. We've got some solid dome ones and we've got some Sensorscope versions, and there's a couple of R2-D4s in the middle. Now, I haven't particularly checked which ones of these have clickers that do or don't work, so that's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to go through this selection, see if I've got some that are broken, and then see if we can work out a way to fix them. The clicker mechanism inside these droids varies depending on which version you've got. The early solid dome versions have one type of clicker and the Sensorscope versions have another. The bit of plastic that makes the clicking noise is shaped differently because it needs to have a little space for the Sensorscope part in it. And it seems from what I've heard that they break on all of these, so let's see which ones I have that are broken, and then we will try and work out a fix. So here they all are split into the separate groups. On the right we have solid domes, in the middle we've got R2-D4s, and on the left we have Sensorscope versions. I'm now going to rearrange my microphone and put it in the middle so you can actually hear the clicks, because I don't think you'll be able to hear the clicks if I twist them around as far away from my mic as they are currently. So let's rearrange that and then we'll see which ones of these actually work. Right. There is my microphone, so you may not be able to hear me quite as well. Let's go through all of these clickers. So these are the solid dome versions on the left hand side here, so let's give these a twist. You can see that one works quite nicely. That one is broken. I'll put that one aside. Oh, that one clicks one way but not the other, so I'll class that one as okay. That one does click as well, a bit quiet one way, but definitely does click. Then we've got R2-D4. Well, he's quite quiet, but he does click just about. That guy clicks quite nicely. Then we've got the Sensorscope versions. That's a lovely loud click on that one. Nice click on that one. Not too bad a click on that one. Pretty good click on that one, and then the poor remains of an R2, but he does click quite nicely. So it seems that out of all of these droids we have one that doesn't click, so that's the one that we're going to fix today. So this is the R2 that doesn't work, and the first thing we need to do then is to open it up and see how the clicker is looking. To do that, there is a screw in the inside part of R2-D2. You basically unscrew his head and you'll see the clicker straight away. So let's unscrew this and we'll take a look and see what's wrong. Right, so there we go, that is R2 open, and I can immediately see what is wrong. The little post that should stick up there to make the clicking sound has snapped off. The way it works is inside of R2-D2's head you can see these little fins that go around this central pole, and the post that sticks up there hits on those and clicks as the head is turned. It sort of pushes the post to one side and it clicks back and you get a clicking noise. Let me open up a unbroken one and you'll be able to see the difference. There you go. So we have an unbroken one and a broken one. So you can see there on the right hand side there's a little post that sticks up. That is the part that clicks. On the left hand side you can see that post has snapped off. So we need to recreate that somehow. Luckily this piece is easy to remove. If you just sort of push down on the body, this section can be taken out. So you can now clearly see the bit that is snapped off. So we've got to recreate something there. I will take out the good version as well, just so we can have something to sort of copy, but you can see that is the piece that's missing. Should be fairly straightforward to replicate something like that, and we will be able to make something that makes a clicking noise, maybe not quite as loud as the original, but I think we can do something with that. So let's get making. So how are we going to make this little missing clicker piece then, I hear you ask? Well, the answer is we're going to make it using an old plastic pot. Now I have tried making something out of some styrene sheet and using some L-shaped piece of styrene, but the problem with styrene is it's not the sort of plastic that you can bend over and over again. If you bend it more than a few times it will snap. So what we need is some plastic that is able to be bent over and over again. What I've got is this plastic pot. In fact, this is a pot that used to hold cotton buds. Now you'll need something that has been injection molded molded, not vac formed, and you can tell if something has been injection molded because normally there is a little hole at the bottom where the plastic has been injected in. This seems perfect, and it's definitely going to work very nicely. As you can see, I've used it before for other projects. It's got quite a nice right angle to it, and this is, as I say, been injection molded, so it's got a nice sort of solid structure. It's also got quite a lot of flex, so you can see I can bend this, and that will do the job very nicely. So what I've got to do is mark on here something that pretty much matches the shape we've got here. So I need a little bit of a curve. I'm going to make it a lot bigger than I need because I want to glue it on finally, and I want to glue it really quite far around, so there's a lot of sort of surface to it. So I've got to draw something with a curve, and then the end of that curve has got to end up on the edge here where we have this right angle piece, so that we can make a little sort of bit that sticks up to recreate this bit here. So yeah, it's not going to be too hard to do, I don't think, but a little bit of cutting and a little bit of thinking, and I should be able to get something that works. I'm going to mark it out just using a pencil, and then I'll cut this out using various tools, and I'll see what I can make. But I think I can make something that will do the job quite nicely. So yeah, a little piece of this and some careful cutting. Right, I've got something that's not looking too bad. As you can see, it's a fairly complicated shape you have to make because we need to make sure this hole in the middle is completely clear because that's where the dome of R2-D2 is attached to the body. So you can see I've now got this little piece of plastic which has this little clicker piece sticking up, and if I take this out you'll see we've got this rounded shape at the bottom with the hole in the middle, and then we've got the bit sticking up. I've also quickly just scratched the top surface of this with my file just to make it a little bit rough because we're going to be gluing this onto the underside of this piece. So I need to also rough this up as well. So I'm just going to file that slightly just so it's got a slightly rough surface, and then we can glue this in place and we'll check that it works. But I think that should do the job quite nicely. There's a nice lot of flex there. I don't think it's going to be quite as loud as the original one just because the plastic's a little bit thicker on that, but I think it will still make a nice clicking sound. So yeah, let's get this all glued in place and make sure it all works. For gluing, I'm going to be using some Loctite Super Glue Precision. I think this should work quite well because I've got a nice large surface area to attach these two pieces together, and it should form quite a strong bond. So I'm going to get some of this super glue and I'll put it on the new piece that I have created, putting it on the top surface of this. I'll just put a liberal amount around so it's nicely coated. I'm then going to carefully drop the old piece over the top and see if I can line these up and sort of pull them together so that everything lines up neatly like that. Yeah, that's not too bad. Then I'm just going to use a screwdriver or something just to push it down. I don't want to stick my fingers to this particularly. Let's get that all stuck in place. Yeah, oh, I can see I've already stuck my finger to it. That's the problem with super glue, you have to be very careful. But let's let that set. I think that should work very nicely. Okay, so that's now had time to set, and we can now go about trimming this new little clicker to the right length. If we look at an original clicker, you can see it barely just sort of reaches over the top of the rim of this piece, whereas the one I've made so far is very long indeed. So I'm going to just trim this down. I've got my plastic nippers here. I'll trim this down so it just sort of reaches over the top of the rim like the original one does. Like so. There we go. Now let's put R2-D2 back together and we'll see if we can make him click. So this is the figure that it came out of. We'll drop that piece in like so. We'll put his head on and then I'll screw the head back on and we'll see if we can get it to click. Okay, so I put my microphone on the desk again. Let's hear if R2 clicks. That's not too bad at all. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. It certainly makes a nice clicking noise. It's not quite as loud as the loudest R2 I have, but it's certainly louder than the quietest R2 I have. So yeah, that is working very nicely indeed, and it's certainly not too bad a fix to do. If you find a plastic pot, as I say, that is injection molded and has a nice right angle to it, like this one here, yeah, that is very good. I've got a clicker that does actually click. But let's take a quick look at the Sensorscope version of R2-D2 as well to see how that clicker looks and to see if the process can be used on that as well. So I've now taken apart a Sensorscope version of R2-D2, and as you can see the clicker is completely different. They've taken out all of the extra support pieces, and that's because they need the space for the Sensorscope part to move around inside it. But the actual clicking part is essentially the same. It's another little sort of arm with a post at the end that is making the clicking noise. So I think as long as that's broken fairly far along, you should be able to remake something. It's certainly going to be the same sort of process. Basically cut a piece of plastic that has this same curve to it and try and glue on as large an area as possible, because the glue on a small area is not going to work. That will just snap off. So you need a large surface area for the glue to stick on, but I reckon that that could be fixed as well. Currently I don't have a broken version of the Sensorscope R2-D2, so I'm not going to break one just to try and fix it. And it may be that this version doesn't break quite as often as this version does. The plastic feels slightly different. This version is a lot more flexible than this, so I can certainly see this slightly more brittle plastic being the reason that they break. If you do have Sensorscope versions with broken clickers, let me know, because out of all the ones I have here, none of them are actually broken. So currently it's just a solid dome version of R2 that seems to break just from the ones that I have here. So that's it for this video. It's a fairly straightforward thing to repair. I thought it was going to be much more complicated, but as it turns out, if you can find the right sort of plastic box, then cut it and make a shape, glue it on, and you can get the clicker working. Now, if you want to make your own custom versions of R2-D2 like you see here, I've got a Dagobah version and I've got the Battle of Yavin version, then go to toy-polloi.com where you can get PDF files to print out and make your own customs for your various dioramas. They do look pretty cool, and as you can see, they're very nice to display like this. If you've enjoyed this video, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell to be notified each time I upload a new video. And thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching toy-polloi. Subscribe for more great videos. You can also follow toy-polloi on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.